If you think there's nothing to do in Newcastle and Lawrence County, then think again. Always stay connected to NCTV45 to receive the information on events going on in and around the area on a daily basis. Programs to view are Newswatch, The Morning Show, and Community Happenings. NCTV45 takes pride in bringing you the event and organization info that you want. NCTV45 is the #1 media source locally. NCTV45, anytime on your time. Broadcasting from the greatest castle in the world, in the county of Lawrence, NCTV45. NCTV45 Newcastle, The Train. Everyone's talking about NCTV45. Internet television the way you want it. Your #1 media source serving Newcastle, Lawrence County, and globally. NCTV45.
Today's program furnished by funding from Bill's Bake Shop, where smiles are everywhere.
If you're craving hot dogs and more, and you're in the area, then look no farther than Coney Island, downtown Newcastle on Kennedy Square.
When you have legal issues, Paula Chalella, Attorney at Law, 113 North Mercer Street, Newcastle.
Entrusting your loved one to a funeral director is a very personal and emotional decision. The funeral director you choose must understand the importance of the decision you have made. When you call the William and Roger DeCarbo Funeral Home, I recognize what a privilege it is to be chosen at your time of need. We will provide you and your family with the best service possible, with sincerity and compassion.
The William and Roger DeCarbo Funeral Home, family owned and operated since 1941.
Broadcasting from the greatest castle in the world, in the county of Lawrence, NCTV45. NCTV45 Newcastle, The Train.
Good morning, Newcastle, and a very pleasant welcome to Veterans Day. November 11th, and what's going on outside? Wet. Happy Veterans Day to all those veterans, and make sure you get out and do something positive. Not that you already haven't. Now, we've got a plethora of stories. And, I'm kind of happy that what we've been saying has been in line with everything going on. As far as the whole election situation, and we'll get to that, and the COVID situation, and we will get to that. But let's get to the traffic. Southbound, a little heavy. Northbound, not too bad on I-79. So if you're going out that way, be a little careful with all the what have you on the road. 376 as you go at State Street, sort of busy with the restaurants and what have you. Excuse me, Turnpike westbound, a little bit heavy, not so bad. And the I-376 interchange, a lot of traffic there, and on the 422 west, a little bit there. So you're going to be allowing yourself some extra time, because on 376 it is a little bit heavier and raining a little bit more. Over at Martha Street, rain and slightly heavy traffic, and on 168 you've got rain and some heavier traffic. So be aware of that. If you're traveling northwest up to I-80 and 376, you've got the Newcastle exit as we're looking at it, and I'm trying to westbound traffic heavy, and the Newcastle exit and 376 east not too bad. So give you an idea, no alerts at this time, so there you go. Today is Veterans Day, and Veterans Day dates back a while, 100 years. And on this day, the 11th of November, the 11th day, the 11th hour, originally called Armistice Day. Well, what does that mean? World War I in total going on. By the end of September 1918, German military leaders were forced to accept defeat, and it was inevitable. The army was on the brink of collapse, and there was unrest on the home front in Germany. On October 3rd, German government sent a note to U.S. Woodrow Wilson accepting the 14 points as the basis for peace. However, the Allies were happy to promote Wilson's ideals as a wartime propaganda. They were unwilling to apply them to actual negotiations with the Germans. Also, the number of Allied leaders, including General Pershing, believed that the best way to end the war was to drive to Berlin, as talks went back and forth, and the fighting continued. Early on November the 11th, the Allies met near Paris and signed an armistice to end fighting. The armistice was set at 11 a.m. Paris time, and the truce will begin the 11th hour, the 11th day, and the 11th month. Something that you could wrap your arms around there. Now, as we think of our proud country, and we think what's going on today, it is a true embarrassment. Why is it an embarrassment? No problem. I just so happen to have these printouts explaining the embarrassment. Now, you know something's up when the COVID cases in Pennsylvania, 4361. Okay. Who did you elect as your state representative? You elected the paper boy who writes. To date, the county has had 1343 cases, 1058 confirmed and 285 probable. See, the paper boy is participating. You have to hand it to the Democrats who hate Trump, because they just hate him to hate him. COVID is bad. Not good. Politicizing it is bad. Now, right smack dam in the middle of a beautiful pandemic, you have Pfizer and another company that say they have a cure. And beautifully enough, you have Joe Biden go, don't take the cure. We got to give this to the rest of the world and everything else, rather than America first. The Joe Biden that's running for president, who's he representing? Is he representing the American people or the world? The same question came up with Barack Obama. And don't go playing any cards with me, because I'll shoot you down. You know, football coach here in Newcastle, Lindy Laurel, won a lot of games. And for those of you who don't know, and it takes a lot of time, especially during the regular season. This hasn't been regular. Usually in January, the colleges get together and they have functions. They had one up at the Sheridan where you'd get everybody in there, from Youngstown State to Austin Peay to Pitt, and they tell you what they thought you should be doing. Lindy, being the guy that he was, went, 1 second. He took his pay stub out of his wallet and he said, could you help me here? On this, what does it say? The guy said, Newcastle Area School District. And Lindy quickly responded, well, see, I work for them and they're paying me to win football games. They're not paying me to send people and do all these other things. So if I start working for one of your universities or colleges, then I'll start doing what's best for that college. Lindy was exactly right. He put Newcastle first. It's time we put America first. So then you have to ask yourself these questions. The Department of Health update on COVID-19 investigations, contact tracing, monitor effects, urge to answer and call and download the COVID app. They're urging you to report on your fellow citizens. Now, what? Wait, that happened somewhere. The Soviet Union? Stalin urged them to tell on neighbors, and they had a great purge. How about China? Where anybody expressing their own thought was smashed. Excuse me if I don't believe in telling everybody everything about everybody else. Excuse me if I mind my own business. Now, here's the question that even comes out further.
Okay.
Here's the question a little further. The Department of Health urges an update on the flu season and announces the first flu death. Are we shutting down because somebody had the flu? Folks, I ask you to look at the statistics and find out, and the head, in case you don't know who it is, let me point this out to you. Here he is, the star of the show, the head Democrat that signed executive orders when the voting should have gone through the legislature on mail-in ballots. Why'd he do that? That's because he had a large amount of Republicans in the legislature and he was trying to bypass them. Now, wrapped in, just like a little pig in a blanket, we have, and that's stuffed cabbage, in case you don't know. We have voter fraud. We have allegedly post offices marking November 3rd, and it was November 5th. If you don't think there's been widespread voter fraud, you're living under a rock. And I'm not just talking about this state. This is pretty serious. Because once you go down that road, you're not coming back, folks. The people that Mao Zedong killed didn't come back. The people that Stalin burned, shot, and ran out of their villages didn't come back. Oh, well, they were communists. I don't know. Let's go to the dictator in Spain during World War II. Didn't come back. So what are we doing? Once again, Wolf unleashed his stormtroopers to check on the restaurants. And he'll be giving us an update on that. You might recall that the last time he did it, they were centered in counties that voted for Trump. Now, we elected a governor that's stupid. Governor Wolf commends President-elect Biden. He's not president-elect yet until after it's certified. Once again, he proves his stupidity and shows nothing towards healing the country. You can't make this up, folks. He could have said, you know, I think Mr. Biden ID on a mask is good. I disagree with not wearing a mask. There could have been some framework, but he went out of his way to say president-elect, which either shows his stupidity or shows his rush to judgment. You decide. George Oliver Cromwell wrote a book. Don't know if you remember it. It was called 1984. It urged people to report and said Big Brother is watching. The same people who say you can't have family over for Thanksgiving, Anthony Fauci, says are likely to be having block parties in honor of Biden and Harris. Wow. No family, but please, just strangers. That way you don't stay in your own bubble. And when you don't stay in your own bubble, doggone, you get sick. Really? Really? Could you imagine a time, the 11th day, the 11th month, the 11th hour, 100 years ago, and we're not sticking together 100 years later? They didn't care who was Republican or Democrat then. They were Americans. Comrade Wolf, governor of Philadelphia, is on his own track. Profiles in service. The Department of Health and Services recognizes child line caseworkers for commitment to COVID-19 pandemic. Well, a little word about that. The children are staying healthy. The problem still is in the nursing home. And we haven't really figured out how to solve the nursing home problem. We may know how to, but we're not. The Department of Health announces a week 5 rapid antigen test, cards distributed across the Commonwealth. Well, congratulations. Only one more problem, Comrade Wolf. Your party is urging people not to take the vaccine and not to take the medicine. While you urge people to take the flu shot, they're urging people not to take the medicine. Holy cow. This is just so fantastic that I don't know if anybody can believe it. You know, you really have to wonder, as Judge Janine said, why do they need so much control? Could it be they're out of ideas? I think that's the problem. The Democratic Party is out of ideas, and they don't know what to do next. Once this is over, hopefully the voter fraud is totally explained. And we can move forward in a very timely manner. Keep in mind, we're on Parler now. Just in case Facebook and Twitter and Google don't want to do that stuff. And we're at Nctv45.com, which a lot of you already know because you bypass all this. And I appreciate it. Well, Comrade Wolf, we'll see ya. We didn't know you didn't go swimming last summer. We know that. Just wondering if you did any football games this year. But we have to go to sports. The Mid-American Conference sucked up the slack and said, we'll play on Tuesdays and Wednesdays so you all have something to watch. Now it's the Cedar Sports Corner. Let's check it out. We'll be back.
The Cedars Restaurant in Newcastle wants you to indulge in the food from their pleasing menu. The Cedars features Mediterranean, pub food, Middle Eastern cuisine, and so much more. They're open every day, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Call the Cedars on the east side at 827 Addis Street, Newcastle. 724-658-9543. That's 724-658-9543.
Hello and welcome to the Cedar Sports Corner Report. Mid-American Conference hanging in there with us, giving us some good football to get us to the weekend. Here you go. Eastern Michigan will be at Ball State, that on CBS Sports Network. Toledo will be at Western Michigan on ESPN, 7 and 8 o'clock respectively. And then Central Michigan will be at Northern Illinois at 8 o'clock. So a little football to get you through since there's no NBA and no NHL till November or till December and January. So enjoy the football and go to Cedars, get some great food and cold beverage and just kick back and enjoy. Now, the Wilmington Greyhounds in the playoffs, and we're checking their schedule out as they beat Carnes City 42-14. Wilmington will be taking on Chestnut Ridge, that in New Paris. And I can't even tell you where New Paris is. So go Hounds. Head over to Cedars, get some great food and cold beverage. Like I said, enjoy the games. We're going to take a time out. We'll be right back after these messages.
Sing the glory and
This program furnished by Sporting Goods, 23 East Washington Street, Newcastle. Call 724-658-2535.
This program sponsored by Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company. Brian Ches, owner. Call 724-498-4760. Brian would be glad to visit.
Hi friends, I'm Gary West, and whether you find Augustine's Pizza at your local grocery store, the folks at Augustine's Pizza hope that their pizza is always your first choice for any and all occasions.
Allie's Upper Crust at 1700 Highland Avenue has a full menu: pizza, roll-ups, salad, soup, sandwiches, strombolis, dinners. They are just great for dine-in or take-out. Don't forget to give them a call at 724-652-7553. It's Allie's Upper Crust. At Delicios. Look at this sandwich. This is lunch, and I didn't want to overdo it, but I had coleslaw before. This sandwich, absolutely excellent. Cajun chicken, but their menu is so huge, and I'm going to show you all your friends that you knew from the old place. They're all here, so make sure you stop. They're open from 7 to 9. It's Delicios in downtown Newcastle. We are back, and as the rainy mist falls, 61 degrees, and let's continue on. The county commissioners, Morgan Boyd released this, and Morgan, you know what, I got to eat more carrots or something, because the writing is really small. But my handy-dandy trusty will do this. Lawrence County Board of Commissioners announced $313,380.50 in grants funding for municipalities making the required improvements. The municipalities were Elwood, Beaver, Wilmington, Wayne, and Washington Township. So they got money for different bridge and road construction things. And moving on, you know, this is the greatest example of communism and socialism that I put forward to you. Now, let's see who the players are. Well, here you go with Comrade Wolf. Now, Comrade Wolf found a way to take a good program and mess it up. Yesterday, he was concerned about the farmers apprenticeship. Today, water treatment abatement and industrial manufacturing, Medtronics. Did you ever want... I can't remember. I was small, and I never got asked the question. Mommy wants to know, What do you want the government to tell you you could be? Did you ever hear that question? Or was it, when you grow up, what do you want to be? Maybe Comrade Wolf would like to tell you what he thinks you should be. See, they've messed up the schools already. But they're not done. Looks kind of stupid. The apprenticeships on a whole are good ideas. Make the individual make the choices. Not you. Today is Veterans Day. Recognize that state, county offices, federal offices are closed. The Department of Corrections, they're recognizing 293 military benefits. Military veterans. Okay, so great for them. It's sad if that's what happened to some of our vets. PennDOT announces 2 virtual public meetings to review Pennsylvania State Rail Plan. Comrade Wolf, they wanted a high-speed rail to go from Erie to Pittsburgh. It would have shored up the Western Corridor. Maybe you missed out on that one. It was on Nctv45. We spoke about it. And you know, some of the things we talk about here end up rumbling out anyway. I'm just saying. A lot of quality programming right here. This is every year. Secretary of Agriculture, Pennsylvania hunters can address food insecurity by donating a deer. And given the fact that Joe Biden doesn't want anybody taking a vaccine, and given the fact that they've got a lot of things convoluted in there, the pantries are going to need those deers. Let's get to weather. 61 degrees. And when you look at the radar, there is the rain. 97% humidity. This is out of Cleveland. Winds are variable at 3. No barometer, but you can bet it's low. Dew point 60, visibility 8. And when you look at it out of Pittsburgh, it's a little more ominous as rain spreading from the middle of Ohio to the middle of Pennsylvania. Let's get and go to Lawrence County 45 weather for that weather update. We'll be right back.
My name is Brittany. I have suffered with depression for 15 years.
My name is Sam, and I've been experiencing depression for over 12 years. This is the first place I will always recommend for somebody to come if they're suffering from depression or anxiety or any kind of problem like that.
Easy Clean Car and Van Wash, where your clean wash is our goal. Run it again at Lindy's Lunch. Run it again with hot dogs, fries, burgers, and much more. For the 2-point conversion, try those daily specials. Run right in and you will move the car to the score at Lindy's Lunch. Before the game, just right for lunch, or anytime. It's Lindy's Lunch. 2402 Wilmington Road, Newcastle.
BSB. Big Shot Bob's are the wings for me. 50 flavors, make it right you see. BSB has sandwiches you have to try. Stop in and you'll know why. Every day of the week you see. Call or stop in to BSB. Big Shot Bob's will be your favorite place, just like me.
Hello and a very pleasant welcome to Nctv45 weather, and last night's clear, not so clear, rainy, wet, 60. And I don't know where clear coming from, because it's not going to be clear, even though you're going to see radar that not showing up everything. But here out to the west, see that blue? That's what I'm talking about. It's coming right after you. So, let's take a look at that forecast. Showers last night. Showers today. High 69, 90% chance of rain. You're getting wet. Then comes the sunshine. Yeah, it'll be mostly cloudy Wednesday night. And as you go through, low of 39, you get rain, and then whoop, into, and I keep clogging this, into Thursday, and out pops the sunshine. So Veterans Day, happy Veterans Day. Enjoy the rain, liquid sunshine as I call it, and be ready on Thursday. You're going to be good. Sunshine, 57. Now, Thursday night, mostly clear and 37. Friday, sunshine and 57. Friday night, mostly clear and 31. Cuddle alert. Saturday, sunshine and 52. Saturday night, mostly cloudy, 40. There is a 40% chance of rain. Moves you into Sunday, partly sunny, 62. But then rain builds in, 40% in the afternoon, and it goes into the nighttime, mostly cloudy, 44, with a 40% chance of rain. Your Monday, Karen, sunshine and 54. So as you look at the week, not a bad weekend. We're pushing it. Your Veterans Day today is going to be wet, but watch the parade at home on Nctv45, and you'll say, boy, what a nice sunny day for a parade. Available anytime on your time. It's Nctv45. So that was Lawrence County 45 weather. We're going to take this break, hear from these fine folks, and we'll be right back. Elham's for one great dining experience. Hello, friends, and it's Los Amigos. Let me tell you what, great food. Whether you get the chimichangas, enchiladas, tacos, whatever you get, you're going to love them. The nice, friendly atmosphere. Stop by. Tell them Nctv45 sent you. It's Los Amigos sponsoring this program. Today's programming is brought to you by Nctv45 and NC Radio 450, Newcastle's community television station.
This program sponsored by Lombardo's Apothecary, located at 1230 South Mill Street on the south side of Newcastle.
At our law firm, we see you. Come see us at lgkg.com.
Special thanks going out to Town Mall Pizza for sponsorship of this program, located in the Cascade Galleria, Newcastle.
There's more than meets the eye. You gotta give them in Newcastle a try. The right small town for living. Look around.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for us here. Tell a vet thank you today, and make sure that you watch the Veterans Day Parade on NCTV45. As a matter of fact, tell a friend, and have a friend tell a friend about NCTV45. They'll be glad you did. And when they say, I don't watch a lot of TV, you tell them that NCTV45 is available anytime on your time. Here's a train that runs on your schedule. That's NCTV45, always in the pursuit of excellence. And this begins our 45 days till Christmas with the Veterans Day Parade. There'll be something each and every day, and I'll try and squeeze in a few cooking the castles as we're really burning the candle on both ends here. So make sure that you always stay tuned to your community television station, NCTV45, right here in Lawrence County, serving Mercer, Butler, and Eastern Mahoning, as those folks really liking us there and in Northern Beaver. So hats off. Now, as I say each and every morning, make sure that you get that second cup of coffee and have a super day in what I call the greatest castle in the world, in the county of Lawrence. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you again real soon.